I built my first real career capital in my 30 seconds. I became truly indispensable in my 60 seconds. You want to know the difference between then and now? The secret that separates a stagnant career from a legendary one? I stopped believing the lies. It's that simple. Everyone, and I mean everyone, is looking for the magic bullet, the perfect resume template, the secret networking hack, the one interview question that will land them the job. There are no secrets. There is only a list of deeply stupid, pervasive lies that society tells you about work, lies that keep you stuck, underpaid, and perpetually anxious. If you simply avoid these lies, you win. It's a game of subtraction, not addition. I have watched brilliant, capable people sabotage their own careers for decades because they believed these lies. They wasted their most productive years chasing ghosts. These 5 lies I'm about to share with you. They will cost you decades of progress and hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars in lost earnings. So today, I'm giving you the list. And I'm not going to be gentle about it. If you find yourself believing just 2 of these, you are already 10 years behind where you should be. Pay attention. Career lie number 1. You are being told to follow your passion. This is the most dangerous piece of career advice ever conceived. It's utter nonsense, a recipe for disaster and a life of ramen noodles. This idea makes me sick to my stomach. It is fundamentally, intellectually, and practically bankrupt. I never followed my passion, not once. I looked for where I could be valuable. I got good at something the world was willing to pay for. I became so good that I could write my own ticket. And you know what happened then? The passion followed the competence. Competence is what feels good. Winning is what feels good. Providing for your family and having options. That is true passion. You look at history. It's littered with the corpses of passionate failures. The starving artist who was passionate about his vision but never learned how to sell a painting. The startup founder who was passionate about his brilliant idea but never bothered to ask if a single customer would pay for it. The dot-com bubble was fueled by passion. People were passionate about changing the world with pets.com. Their passion led them straight to the bankruptcy courts. They confused a feeling with a business model. And here you are. You spent 3 weeks researching a new television, reading every review, comparing specs. But you'll bet your entire professional life, 30 or 40 years of your time, on a vague feeling of passion you got one afternoon. You'll throw $100,000 at a university degree for a passion, without ever spending a single hour talking to people who actually do that job, to see if it's a miserable existence. It's a level of negligence that is simply breathtaking. So here is the rule, the passion test. It's very simple. Can you get paid well for it, right now, with the skills you currently have? If the answer is no, it is a hobby. A wonderful, fulfilling hobby, but it is not a career. Stop confusing the two. Your homework is this. Tonight, go on LinkedIn or any job site. Find 10 people who have the job title you dream of having. Don't look at their university. Don't look at what they say they're passionate about. Look at the hard skills listed on their profile, the software they know, the certifications they have, the quantifiable results they delivered. That is your roadmap. The market is telling you what is valuable. Listen to it, not your fleeting emotions. Career lie number 2. You are trying to climb the corporate ladder. Wrong goal. Completely wrong. The corporate ladder is a trap. It's a game designed by someone else, for someone else's benefit. It's a relic of the 20th century that no longer serves you. When I hear people talking about getting that next promotion, that next incremental title, I just see a hamster on a wheel. It thinks it's making progress, but the cage is still in the same room. I don't climb ladders. I look for leverage. I either build my own ladder, or I find a game with a different shape. A web, not a ladder. A place where my unique skills can have an outsized impact. The ladder is a linear game in an exponential world. You are guaranteed to lose. History proves this. Ask the legions of middle managers at General Motors or IBM in the 1,980 seconds and 90 seconds. They played the game perfectly. They climbed the ladder for 20, 30 years. They were loyal. And then one Tuesday morning, their run on the ladder was sawed off in a restructuring. Their entire identity, their entire skill set was tied to a structure that no longer wanted them. They were experts at navigating a specific corporate maze, and suddenly they were outside the maze, with no idea what to do. The ladder is an illusion of security, and you are doing the same thing. You are fighting tooth and nail for a 5% raise and a title that says senior associate instead of associate. You spend your political capital, your time, your energy, all for a tiny step up. Meanwhile, the person who owns the company, the person who built the ladder, they aren't thinking about the next rung. They are thinking about building more ladders. You are playing checkers while they are playing chess. Here's the rule, the ladder test. Ask yourself this. If my direct boss and their boss were fired tomorrow, would my job still be essential? Or am I just a cog in their specific machine, a supporter of their role? If your value is defined entirely by your position in the hierarchy, you have no real value. You have a temporary location. Your homework. This week, spend 2 hours learning a skill that has clear, demonstrable value outside of your current company structure. Learn basic sales. Learn how to run a profitable Facebook ad campaign. Learn how to read a balance sheet, something that you could sell to any business tomorrow, no matter what your title is. Start building your own leverage, not just climbing someone else's. Career lie. Number 3, you believe you need to be a well-rounded generalist. This is a lie told by the mediocre to make themselves feel better. A generalist is just a polite word for someone who isn't particularly good at anything important. The world does not reward well-roundedness. The world rewards specialists who solve expensive problems. It rewards depth, not breadth. Being a jack of all trades means you are a master of none, and you will be paid accordingly. My entire life, in business and in investing, has been about defining a circle of competence and staying within it. I don't need to know everything. I just need to know everything about a few very important things. You find 1, maybe 2 domains, and you go so deep that you become one of the top 10 people in your company, your city, your industry at that specific thing. That is where the money is. That is where the security is. Look at the corporate graveyards. Yahoo in the 2000s. They tried to be everything. A search engine, a news portal, a fantasy sports hub, a photo sharing site. They were a generalist company, and Google, a specialist in search, ate their lunch. AOL tried to be the generalist gateway to the internet, and they were destroyed by specialists in every single category. The market is a relentless force for specialization. Your career is a market for your skills. The same rules apply. You're so proud that you have 10 different skills listed on your resume. A little bit of marketing, a little bit of project management, a little bit of data analysis. Each of those skills is an inch deep. I have one skill that's a mile deep. When a massive, company-threatening problem arises in my area of expertise, who do you think gets the call? Who do you think commands the consulting fee? The person who dabbles, or the person who has dedicated 10,000 hours to that one specific problem? Stop trying to be interesting. Start trying to be lethal. Here is the rule. The unfireable test. Is there one skill you possess that, if you left, your company would have to pay a top-tier outside consultant a fortune to replace? Is there something you do that nobody else can do nearly as well? If the answer is no, you are replaceable, and you are living on borrowed time. Your homework is simple. Identify your single most valuable marketable skill, or the one with the potential to be. And for the next 90 days, dedicate the entirety of your professional development time, your reading, the podcasts you listen to, the online courses you take to making that one skill twice as sharp. Forget everything else. Go deep. Career lie number 4. You believe that hard work is the key to success. This is the dumbest, most pernicious lie of them all. It's a lie told by managers to get more out of you for the same pay. A donkey works hard. A mule works hard. Are they successful? Effort is not the goal. Results are the goal. Leverage is the goal. Working 80 hours a week on low-leverage tasks is not a badge of honor. It's a sign of profound stupidity. You are not paid for your time. You are paid for your judgment. I don't work hard. I think hard. I spend most of my time reading and thinking, trying to identify the 1 or 2 decisions or actions that will have the most impact. Then I execute on those. It's about leverage, not effort. One good decision can be worth 1,000 hours of mindless work. History is the story of leverage replacing effort. The invention of the plow replaced the effort of 100 men. The invention of the printing press replaced the effort of 1,000 scribes. The invention of the microchip replaced the effort of millions of human calculators. In every instance, the person who applied intellectual leverage became wealthy, and the person who just sold their physical effort became obsolete. And yet, here you are, bragging about being the first one in the office and the last one to leave. You're proud of your 12-hour days. You are measuring activity, not accomplishment. You are busy moving deck chairs around on the Titanic. You are so focused on the effort that you haven't stopped to ask if the ship is pointed in the right direction. It's a fool's game. Here is the rule. The 80/20 test. The Pareto principle. What 20% of your activities are generating 80% of your results? Be brutally honest with yourself. Identify it. And then ask the terrifying follow-up question. What would happen if I just stopped doing the other 80%, or delegated it, or automated it? Your goal is not to have a full calendar. Your goal is to have a full impact. Your homework for the next week. At the end of each day, take 5 minutes. Look at what you did and label every task as either high leverage or low leverage. At the end of the week, look at the ratio. The results will horrify you, and then they will liberate you. Career lie number 5. You believe you can separate your work from your life. You are chasing something called work-life balance. It's a fantasy, a complete and utter myth, sold to you by people who are probably miserable. There is no work-life balance. There is only life. Your career is the economic engine inside your life. Your health is the physical engine. Your relationships are the emotional engine. If you let one of them break down, the entire vehicle stops. You cannot be a mess in your personal life and expect to be a superstar in your professional life. The world is a seamless web. Character is destiny. I've seen it 100 times. The executive who is a genius at corporate finance, but whose personal finances are a disaster, deep in credit card debt. Eventually, that sloppiness, that lack of discipline, bleeds over. The stress affects their judgment. They make a bad call. It always comes out. The brilliant strategist who can't maintain a single healthy personal relationship, that inability to build trust, to communicate, eventually poisons their team at work. You can't compartmentalize character. The whole concept of a work self and a home self is an integrity problem. It implies you're putting on a mask for 8 hours a day. That is exhausting. And frauds always get exposed. True success comes from integration, not balance. It comes from building a life where your work is a natural extension of your values, your skills, and your character. You think you can be unreliable and miss deadlines with your friends, but be seen as the epitome of dependability at work. You think you can eat junk food and never exercise, destroying your body, but still have the mental energy and sharpness to solve complex problems. The world doesn't work that way. Your body and mind are a single unit. Your character is a single unit. Here's the rule, the mirror test. Is the person you are from 9 to 5 the same person you are from 5 to 9? Do you have the same standards of integrity, discipline, and reliability in all areas of your life? If not, one of them is a performance, and performances are fragile. Your homework, pick one, just one, non-work area of your life you want to improve. Your physical fitness, your finances, your habit of reading. Work on it with ferocious discipline for 30 days. Don't just do it, master it, and watch. Just watch how that newfound discipline and confidence spills over into your work. It's all connected. Stop trying to balance. Start trying to integrate. So there you have it. Stop following your passion. Stop climbing your ladder. Stop being a generalist. Stop glorifying mindless hard work. And stop pretending your work is separate from your life. Avoid these 5 fundamental errors. Be patient. Be disciplined. Don't quit. You will not get rich next year. You won't get that big promotion next month. But in 20 years, you will be so far ahead of everyone who chased the lies that they won't even be able to see you. You will be the one they can't afford to lose. You will be the one with the options, the security, and the freedom. Now, most people have already clicked away. They heard the first lie. It made them uncomfortable, and they've already gone back to searching for the top 3 career hacks for 2024. That's fine. Let them. If you are still listening, it means you're serious. It means you're in the small minority that is willing to trade short-term comfort for long-term success. This is what we do here. No hype, no get-rich-quick schemes, no magic bullets. Just the timeless, bedrock principles of building a career and a life of substance. If you want more of that, you know what to do. Now I'm done. Go do the boring things that actually work.